Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say way-oh. Get out of the 90s, Ben. I did spend money on him. I'm really sorry. Oh, the BANTZ. Oh, the BANTZ. But if I can get to 1,000 subs, then I will sing for you all. True colours. I feel Collins. That's right. You heard. Celebration. Celebration. Oh, wonderful. Oh boy. Oh, boy. I'm the worst football manager ever, and welcome back to the Sutton Scramble. This is episode 36. Thanks for joining me today. Let's press on, shall we? So the first thing I want to show you today is how I've got on since we last met, since we last spoke, since we last convened, since you watched the video, all that. So I've played 6 games since we last met, when I played Weston-super-Mare and lost 1-0 to them. Oxford City was my next game in the league and I beat them 2-0. George Porter scored on the 42nd minute. Eddie Ketty scored in injury time to give us a victory, which was helpful because I did think to myself, what happens if we now start losing every game? St Albans was my next game and I beat them 2-1. Darrell, that was such a terrible accent. Lee scored on the 25th minute. Corey Black-Taylor then scored on the 83rd minute. And then 2 minutes later, St Albans got like a bit of a consolation goal, which made the last 5 minutes a little bit scary. But, we won in the end 2-1, so that's not so bad. It then goes a little bit downhill from there, I'm afraid, my friends, because I drew 1-1 with Bath. Bath are doing really badly, really low in the league. Where are they in the league? 22nd in the league. And we drew 2-2 with them. In fact, I think they're propping up the bottom of it right now, which is not good. And we drew with them. And as you can see here, they scored an own goal in the 9th minute, which was a pretty nice start for me. And then they equalised just before half-time. And then the second half was a 0-0 draw. So it ended up being 1-1, which is quite poor, really. I wasn't happy with the performance. You can see here, from my average ratings, a lot of 6s, couple of 7s, and that was it. And it was just a nondescript game. And drawing 1-1 against bottom of the league, ow. And it then got really bad as we played Hemel Hempstead at home, as in on the beautiful 3G pitch of Sutton United, Green Gander Lane, or whatever you call it, Gander Green Lane, and I lost 4-1 against Hemel Hempstead. They went 1-0 up, 2-0 up, 3-0 up. They even went 4-0 up, my friends. That's right, 4-0 up, and we scored a pitiful goal on the 74th minute from Eddie Ketty. The reason we lost, in my opinion, is this fella here, Archie Thomas, got sent off on the 10th minute, as you can see there, and then it was all after that they scored all their goals. Terrible performance. I haven't seen a performance like that all season, and as you can imagine, the fans were devastated. But, it's all swings and roundabouts, my friends. It's all swings and roundabouts. No need to get scared or worried just yet, my friends, because we then won 3-1 against Maidenhead, which was a nice little comeback. Ben Killip scored a penalty, 3rd penalty of the season. Thanks very much, Ben. We got a new player who I'll show you about in a minute who scored on the 59th minute. Yeah, that's right, on his debut. Boom, 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 boom. Let me hear you say way-oh. No one said it. Get out of the 90s, Ben. Hamad Lawal scored on the 52nd minute, so that's exciting. And so while we're here, let me introduce you to Robert McDade, a Northern Irish fella, 22 years old. He valued at 22.5k. I did spend money on him, I'm really sorry. But let me show you his attributes, because I think they're actually quite good. Dribbling's 12, finishing's 12, first touch is 12, heading is 12. He's got high decisions, high determination, composure, teamwork is high. His pace and his physicals are good as well, acceleration, agility. Doesn't this fella look good? Strong, he's got stamina, 22 years old, so there's years in him yet. And I'm getting him for £550 a week, which is pretty good going, in my opinion. And as you can see here from his stats so far, he's played 2 games for me, scored 1 goal, and he's had 1 assist already. 6.9, which you probably can't see because it's behind my head. 6.90 rating, which isn't so bad. Here's the slight ow in that I paid $12,000 for him. So I had to amend the transfer budget and the wage budget in order to get this fella, but I figured he is good. If I go onto my squad screen and if I arrange it by the quality of the ability, look who's top, my friends. 4-star, potential 4.5-star, Robbie McDade, boom, striker. There he goes, wonderful stuff. If he can score me goals, then I'm fine. I'm fine, mate. Fine. You don't even need to worry about me because I'm fine. Okay, and then the final game after that 3-1 win against Maidenhead, we lost another game. We lost against Dulwich Hamlet. They beat us 1-0. 20th minute, they scored. Another just terrible performance. 25 shots, 6 on target. They had 13 and 7 on target. We had more possession than them. We just couldn't score. So luckily, we're holding our place in top of the league at the moment. However, the gap, which was once 10 points, is now only down to 5. Brilliant. I've now lost 3 games. Bromley have also lost 3, as you can see here. It's getting a bit close. It's getting a bit dicey. They've also got a game in hand on us as well, which is not nice. But today we turn our attentions to the FA Trophy second round, and I'm playing Barnet, and I'm very, very, very excited, and I will get to the team very shortly. Before we get to the team, I want to thank some people who have been commenting since the last video. As you remember, if you haven't seen the last video, go and have a little look, because I'm talking about the finances in it and wondering how do we make money. And I had a few people comment so far. There could be more by now. If you're watching this in the future, then go back and read the other comments. But I've had a few comments so far already saying stuff like keep a real tight look at your wages. Somebody said look at the expenditure and see where you're overspending, which I can sort of see is a good idea, but I'm still a bit like, well, how do you see if you're overspending or not? Look, like players' wages, 9,770. Like, that means nothing to me really, but anyway, thank you for the comments though. Anyway, other people saying, you know, just don't spend any money, keep your eye out on the transfers and don't spend money on transfers, keep wages low. Anybody that is in my squad taking up a lot of wages, maybe I should get rid of them. So without further ado, let's have a little look. So here you can see here my highest wage players. Nathan Arnold has got a high wage. He's actually written as a key player who isn't really playing that often for me. Robbie McDade is a high earner. Jim Fenn and Wes Harding. News about Wes Harding, by the way, is that somebody swooped in and blooming nicked him. So you can see here, TRN, transfer is arranged. He's joining TNS. Who the heck are they, and why the heck are they taking my best defender? But they've got him. It's as simple as that. They've got the contract. It's all confirmed, so he's leaving me in July, which is a shame, but at least that'll save me a bit of money, I suppose. You can see here, Corey Black-Taylor, also high wage. Dan Fitchett has got a high wage. Mitch Walker has got a high wage, and he might be leaving because he's only my second backup player. So I suppose there's a few little areas where I could save a bit of money, but it's tricky. It's tricky. But without further ado, let's do a little bit of a quick shout out first to Levy76. Thank you for your advice. Home dressing room, really appreciated that. Very quick on the advice there. And also Just Mike Plays, the hero of the FM community, plugging everybody but himself. What a ledge he is. Also a little shout out to Alex Clements Fox, who did tell me that Elliot Wheeler is an absolute waste of space, and apparently in real life Gosport have released him, so that was a waste me bringing him in. So crap, that's annoying. And secondly, of course, Fatman Dupe bringing in the puns as ever. After my game against Western Supermare, he said to me, you've had a bit of a Western Supermare there. Oh, the BANTZ. Oh, the BANTZ. The Bantosaurus Rex. The Archbishop of Banterbury. You know, at Christmas I wait for Banter Claus to come down the chimney. Fatman Dupe, more like Bantman Dupe. There's your new name right there. Okay, but without further ado, let me show you the team that we are playing with today against Barnet. We got a tough game against Barnet, so tactics wise we're sticking with the 4-2-4. We are going standard mentality, however, rather than attacking, which was what I've been doing recently. Instructions, we're going for early crosses, high tempo, loads of closing down, and that is about it. Kind of direct-ish passing we're going for as well. And the team looks like this because we've had some good players, some of my backup players playing in this side. I kind of want to just keep them going and keep sort of giving them the opportunity. So we're trying out a bit of a new team, and there are some fresh youngsters, fresh meat in this team, including Mitch Walker in goal, Jem Fenlon on the right back, Manuel Mbende centre back with Declan Rice, who hasn't played that often as well for me, Hamad Lawal's left back. Midfield we've got Archie Davis, who's a regular, but Tom Molyneux, young player who I brought in for free from Eastbourne Borough in this pre-season. He's playing for me today in the central midfield. Left wing we've got Corey Blackett-Taylor, right wing we've got George Porter. Up front we have Karel Kiembe, still my top goal scorer, and the youngster who I mentioned last time round, Cameron Johnson, 21 years old. Still not worth anything, and he's only played a couple of games for me, but he can score goals, and I'm hoping that he's going to today. Also, just to let you know, whilst we're on the subject of Fatman Dupe, if you haven't yet heard, I met Fatman Snoop. I met Fatman Dupe on his Meet the Community video, which you can see on YouTube. I'll put the link below. He challenged me that if I can get to 1,000 subs, then I will sing for you all on here. So I'm really really feel really mega chuffed. I'm nearly up to 300 subs. Thank you to everybody who subs. Thank you to everybody who ever likes my videos and watches these videos. I really appreciate it. Oh, meanwhile, we've got a corner. This is looking very exciting. Molyneux with the corner. Oh, he held it. Yeah, so thank you to everybody who subbed. Thank you to everybody who likes these videos. I really appreciate it. And who knows, if I get to 1,000, you might even hear me sing True Colours by Phil Collins. That's right, you heard. If this doesn't make sense, then just go on to Fatman Duke's video, have a little look. Not right now. Oh my word! Cameron Johnson, he scored! We're 1-0 up against Barnet, 4 minutes in. Oh! Celebration! Oh, wonderful! I just literally just said the action of celebration. This is great stuff. Look at that. Here's a head from Kiyembe, comes against the crossbar, and Cameron Johnson tucks it away, the youngster, for his 3rd of the season. And my, is this boy good or what? Here's Cameron Johnson again. Blackett-Taylor, Kiyembe! Oh, he didn't get it. Blackett-Taylor! Oh, crikey, what a start to the game. 10 minutes in and we're 1-0 up. This is insane. If we can beat Barnet, my. Barnet are like really high in the league of the Vanarama National. I think they're 3rd place or something like that. We'll have a look at half-time or something. Oh, and he's lost it to Mendes-Lang, Mendes-Lang across to Adams, Bingoya, Farouz. Why have they got so many players that are hard to pronounce? See, Viete, Farouz. Why don't you just have some players with some really easy names? Might just change all their names to Gavin. And so far we've had 57% of the possession. We've had 5 shots, 2 of them on target. This has been very, very good start so far, first 20 minutes. Here's Adams. There's one player I can pronounce at least. Good. Hodge. Oh, there's another one. Adams and Hodge. Mendes-Lang. Across to Hoyt. Through to Adams. He's got onto that. Great save. Mitch Walker. Just remember, everybody, I'm also playing with a slightly weaker side than normal. We've got Cameron Johnson. We've got Tom Molyneux. We've got Declan Rice, Mitch Walker, all of which, even Mbende, are not usual first 11 starters. It'd be good to see if he does a good performance, my old Mitch Walker. Because the thing is, he's a good keeper. He's just not quite as good as Ben Killip, so I haven't been playing him as much. I had one of those situations where I just bought 2 good keepers in one go, forgetting that I'd made a bid on the other one, and then got them both, which is a bit of a shame, really. A bit of a waste of a good player. Oh! Mendes-Lang with a shot there, but Walker saves it, and Lawal gets onto the loose ball and clears it. So my new player, by the way, Mukdade, is cup tied, so he can't play for this. Otherwise, I would have had him playing, so you could see him in action. But he's not playing today. So it looks like we might get to half time here with a 1-0 lead. Although we could make it 2 here. Kiyembe, he's made it 2! He's made it 2! He's made it! Pine Cody's made it 2-0! We're beating Barnet 2-0! Oh boy, this is great stuff. Look at this, Kiyembe. He just tucks it away. What is going on with Barnet? What is happening to them? This is wonderful stuff. Absolutely wonderful. My 2 strikers, Kiyembe and Johnson, both on 7 points or something. Declan Rice at 6.9. Hamad Lawal's playing well. See, your captain plays well. It makes the rest of your team plays well. Worried because we're ahead. We still might not win this game. But come on, boys, to take us to the 3rd round of the FA Trophy. This will be incredible stuff. Okay, so George Porter isn't having a good game compared to everybody else. Sticking out like a sore thumb, quite frankly. You might have a sore thumb, for all I know. That could be why he's playing badly. Here's Mbende. What's he going to do with it? Fenlon. From the right back position here, would he plays it across to Declan Rice. He's got a lot of space, actually. They've only got 1 striker, and they've it's a sub who's come on now. I can't remember the guy's name, but I've just made sure I'm marking him because I didn't want to kind of lose it right now. Here's Kiyembe trying to cross it into. Kiyembe's picked up the loose ball. I didn't think he had it, but he has. Here's Archie Davis over to Porter, who is going to be subbed off soon. But Porter creates a cross. Cameron Johnson! It's 3-0! Oh, yeah, mate! In your face, Barnet. I'm speechless. There it is, tucked away. Just tucked away, just edged in. I'm a bit concerned. Cameron Johnson is black there. But let me show you his profile picture. He's white there. So he's white there and black on the replays. So here we are, 3-0 up. This is incredible stuff here. I think we're going to go defensive now. No, we won't. No, you know what? We're not. We're not going to go defensive. We're just going to go a much lower tempo. So with 9 minutes to go, here I am, 3-0 up. Looks like I'm through to the next round of the FA Trophy. I'm astonished. One of the things that somebody left in the comments was saying that actually a nice little cup run is also good for the finances with lower league teams. And to get to the third round of the FA Trophy, that's pretty good going, I feel. Someone said they earned quite a bit when they had 20,000 people show up to the FA Trophy final, which would be very nice if I could get there. Whether I'd get there or not, I'm not quite so sure. But to get as far as I can in this competition is always going to be good. Always going to be good. Always. Is Cameron Johnson, will he get onto the... Oh, he's on his hat-trick. He's on his hat-trick. So... looks like I'm through as we have finished this game. I am through to the third round of the FA Trophy. Thanks very much, fans. Do, leave your questions. I'm not going to give you a question. You can ask me questions in the comment, being like, my word, how are you so good? What do you do? What's the secret? You can ask. Whether I'll tell you the secret or not is another matter. Cameron Johnson with man of the match there. I genuinely feel, if I can write down one name for you right now, Cameron Johnson. You know how there's that tweet that's going around about Jamie Vardy being like, Jamie Vardy, look out for him, that was written in like 1881, and now look at him. Basically, 2016 in April, Cameron Johnson, watch out for him. I've said it's come here from here first, all right? It's come from here first. Okay, so you now join me for the FA Trophy third round draw, and shall we see who we're going to get? There's only 10 games going to be played, so there aren't that many. Let's see what happens, shall we? Stockport. Oh, we're second out of the hat! We're second out of the hat! Oh, boom! So there you have it. We are playing Stockport in the third round of the FA Trophy. And you might think, well, why is that exciting? It is exciting because Stockport, where are they? They're in the Vanarama National League North. I'm in the Vanarama National League South. I'm top of the Vanarama National League South. South Stockport are top of the Vanarama National League North. Oh my, what a game that will be. So I have a few league games before that. So I'll be playing some games and we'll see how we get to. And I'll probably play Stockport in the next round for the next video as well. But thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate having you with me, and as I said earlier on, do like if you like it, do hit the subscribe button if you're subscribing. Thank you so much for all your support and your love and all that sort of stuff, and until next time, I'll see you later.